Good evening, my name is Brightops and welcome back to Blood Bowl 2, the Temple Guard series. We're in the third round of the Mega Cup and we are just stampeding through this thing so far.
Massive Bifford fan on Twerper has just sent you a rather intimate message, Bob. Would you like to take a look?
Huh? Oh. What does ogre on ogre action mean?
As I was saying, we've been just stampeding through this Mega Cup so far, and the next target in the way is another Bronze Division team, the Warfire Rippers, a Skaven team.
Is everybody ready? The match is about to start.
I just realized that I forgot to actually hire another skink. That's why we had 80 grand. I am an idiot. Whoops-a-daisy. Okay.
Welcome back, sports fans. Jim Johnson and Bob Bifford here.
We should see some blinding pace today, Jim.
Gutter runners have the advantage on this pitch, outnumbered by the opposition skinks.
Ah, they got one of those stunty cooks making a stew.
This team has been working and training harder than a starving slave does to stay alive.
I
And
love this type of game, Jim. Such an unequal rating. It's gonna be wholesale slop all the way.
And they've got hired themselves a fanatic to assist them. Worse, a superstar fanatic. So this is going
The Skaven are formidable foes to face on the Astrogramid. They're fast and sneaky. An opposing team will need to be as fast as they are, or far more violent. They can't take a punch, so start punching them now.
Okay, our plan here, quite simple. We're just gonna try and stay the hell away from him. And that just stays in the pitch. We'll go with it. Let's see. Benefits of Faz the Superstar
Nothing better than hitting someone smaller than
is, unlike most fanatics, he gets an extra
Reminds me of the famous story of
attack.
Merlin and the Great Unclean. But this time, no miracle.
Which isn't great. He has an extra attack. He also has foul appearance and disturbing presence. Which, as I'm sure that most people who have been following the Blightop Zealots will know, are mutations that are more akin to Nuffle rather than most. Though fair is fair, it is useful for a fanatic to have them.
These Skavens are just too fast. Look at them.
Let's see where this goes. Nope, they've got it. Failed to get away. Good. That's one down. Alright, we have a plan here. Our plan is if we can take out this stupid fanatic, that's gonna make our lives a hell of a lot easier. Because we don't have... Because that's literally the closest thing to a big guy they had. And now he's off the field, we don't have to worry about him anymore. Which is great. Just move Conrad the Executioner up there. We'll also send Sinister 7 up there as well, because we want to take this ratty little bastard out as quickly and preferably brutally as possible.
The attacker has an assist. Come on, guys. Team spirit is the key. Well, except for me, obviously.
Let's see what damage we can do. Unfortunately, that little shite had dodge, but... Dodge and tackle. Which is a weird ability to give to a gutter runner, honestly. Since they don't really have the strength to really be fighting. Just the only... Actually, what? Oh yeah, nagging injury, okay. We'll take note of that. But... yeah, giving tackle to a gutter runner is more... You're putting them in a position where a faster, sneakier team such as the Elves or the not the Skaven, well, yes, to a degree the Skaven, but I meant more the Skinks, to try and intercept them, but... or at least force you to have to go around them. There's another ability that's also very strange to give to a gutter runner, Strip Ball.
Do you think there's going to be any action at all in this game? I'd like to see something happen, or I'm just going to go and watch Game of Gnomes instead.
Well, Strip Ball, the way this Strip Ball works is if a player has it, and they throw a block against someone with the ball, and if they get a stumble or just a normal push, it will cause the ball carrier to drop the ball.
Stupid to trip up like that. Bad for your head, bad for your pride.
I'll admit we've never really used Strip Ball ourselves, but it would actually be a pretty good ability to have, since that...
Player open in the enemy end zone. He's either waiting for the ball or abusing the fans. Probably both.
Alright, there's the gutter runner. And they're trying to move in to put pressure on. Let's see if Sinister can do it. Yep, Sinister gets an assassination off. And secures the ball on top of it. Nicely done indeed. Unfortunately, with the Lona...
Wait, something's happening. It looks like rat stew on the menu tonight.
On the plus side,
Casualties so early in
he
the
went down, but he took
match.
the...
Start paying attention.
But he managed to knock out the other rats, so... that's still a net gain, as it were.
Those vermin are fast.
And they're being forced to abandon their positions down here.
Tail, Jim. All you need is the tail.
Because, well, we've got the ball. Them being down there is pointless.
Against Skaven, I mostly relied on odor, Jim. When it smells like old cheese, I let it rip. That's it. Aim for the ball carrier. Take them down.
Damn. However, we can work with this. Though first things first, let's see about getting people up and getting some wax off before we worry about the bolt.
Ravenous. So light. Just one more step.
Karen Brown the better. And Trevor the tiny.
Thesaurus. They get hard.
Well, they're not dead, which is probably more than they could hope for. And we'll just move Captain Armor up there just to provide some additional support.
Twinkle Toes there.
Okay. Goal here is actually rather simple.
They're going for the ball.
Actually surprisingly simple. Paid off.
Exposed. There could be a counter-strike.
And on top of it all,
Fast. If they keep doing that, we'll be in double figures by the end of the second half.
wait, what the hell? It would seem that somehow our regular Dwarven cheering squad has been replaced by
Or they hit harder.
orcs.
Important thing, gotta keep possession of the ball and not lose it. Strike back would be terrible. A secret weapon. Doesn't stay long on the pitch, but it's so good while it's there.
I would like to apologize to all the people who were just horribly scarred by our cheering squad. I swear it was not intentional. But we are off to a very strong start. It probably helps that, for the most part, it seems like the Warfire Rippers have been mauled going into this Mega Cup.
I haven't seen a rat run so fast since I fired your agent.
Since I'm fairly... Yep, there's at least one lineman in their team. There's at least one journeyman in their team, so... They had to be down some players. Especially since they appear to be lacking a Rat Ogre. Which kind of removes a lot of their ability to... well... to dish out a fair bit of damage. Not saying it doesn't remove all of their ability to do it. Far from it. The Skaven can be surprisingly fighty under the circumstances, if you can aim them right.
Starting to get a little unusual.
You just have to factor in the fact that they tend to take a lot of damage fairly easily.
Yikes! They're going to be carrying that scar around for the rest of their short life.
Still, there's one less rat on the damn team, so... it's not like any of us are complaining. See, there's their tackling gutter runner, which actually does make a bit of sense under circumstances like going up against the skinks, but in truth it only really gets so far. Since, yes, they can run pretty fast, and I mean, I guess the idea is that by placing them in awkward positions, they put us in a position where we have to do something about them, or risk and losing a turn. But this isn't the greatest. This is barely a temporary roadblock at best. But yeah, we've got a rather good team here, especially considering that we've got at least 2 skinks that have that actually have agility. Let's see, you're both the same little. What was the difference? Ah, yes, you have catch. Whoops. Accidental misclick there.
I think they're waiting for the ball now. Or talking to the fans. Whoa, that Skaven moves like a brown string.
Well, that's one way to describe it.
Looks like they're planning to do some throwing in the near future. However, on the plus side, they've eaten up all of their rerolls. They've got nothing.
The opposition didn't even see it go by.
Against Skaven, I mostly relied on odor, Jim. When it smells like old cheese, I let it rip.
Alright, that just freed up Sirius to do some more. To do a fairly solid whack, actually.
Take down the ball carrier before he can move it up the
He's orders. Me hit.
Yep, I reckon that's what he'd say, if he could talk.
Just move him here, just to keep pressure on that ball. Just to make sure that they can't really do anything with it. We're taking him off the field, which is good, but we seem to be having a limit on how many actual injuries we're doing here. Which is annoying. It is somewhat annoying, but not the worst, not the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened. Let's see if we can grab.
Getting fired in the morning.
Alas, Sinister just couldn't quite get the ball. Unfortunate, but well, their gutter runners are slowly trickling back up the field. Granted, it might not help him in the long run, but alright, let's see, who have we got? Let's start with you. Yep.
Yeah, that's how you take down the Rat Man, Jim. Solid punch to the mangy critter will stop it flipping around.
That's why
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna use, if we have to use our reroll. Well, we didn't have to use the reroll, but I kind of like the idea of leveling up Sinister again, just to see what they get. see. Who do I want to send back? You know what? Let's send in Conrad.
He didn't see the opponents around him, did he?
He's a few points short of an actual level up.
Intimidation is the key. That was one of my strengths when I was still playing.
I will admit I was kind of hoping that they would, for some reason, use Wrestle, but...
Yet.
Yeah, well.
Night, night. Let the bed bugs bite. Really, don't let them. They're massive and can take your hand right off.
There isn't a whole lot they can really do against us at this point. Because they were fairly low on players, even. They had like the bare number of players on the team, and there are currently at least 6 people that are not allowed on the pitch. Well, 2 injured, 1 who's been pulled off, and 3 that are currently knocked out.
And he's standing there drooling.
Let's see if we can take some more off the field. Because right now, the Sauruses are having a field day. I'm not gonna lie. They're just... So, without any major opposition in front of them, they're just wrecking anything and everything that gets in their path. Which, for dinosaurs, is a wonderful thing. No one's saying it's not.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
However, it's time for...
The ball is in the open zone, and according to Muppet's sacred text, we have a touchdown!
That's a level up right there for it.
Which could protect them from a comeback. This might be the end.
Entertainment for the whole family.
Ah, here comes some sleeping beauties. Being outnumbered is never fun, Jim. But on the Blood Bowl pitch, well, it's
Despite being in the lead, this
See,
team
that's
now
not
has
one
to
of
kick the
us.
ball to the losing squad.
It's a rat. A rat just got took a rock to the face.
Another player on the ground. The coach will be spitting teeth about this. At that speed, it will be difficult to catch.
tail, Jim. All you need is the tail.
And we're nearly at the end of the first half, and we still have a reroll. Surprisingly enough. Though, of course, we're going to take advantage of this whole situation to, well, more or less try and just to take out as many people as possible. Because a free round of punching rats, we'll take it.
I love the sound of the Skaven when they're in pain.
As I said,
Victory.
we'll take it.
Well, at least they're not dead. Yet.
Righty. There we go. That's a solid whack. Let's see what we got. Unfortunately, no long-term injuries. Let's see. Actually, let's give this a shot.
On the edge of the field, within grasping range of hands.
Unfortunately, Corin Brand has been sent off.
Of course I can, Joe. Then it's outrageous.
I know, Bob. Stamping on the player's head is very.
How happened? I can't. Ref has sent someone off.
Well, we're at half-time. We're 2 points ahead, which is great. Let's see, 4 down. Five down.
Dogs are doing their job.
And they haven't stolen
I'm tempted to
any
sell
of
that
our
crap out
rerolls.
myself, Joe. I'm worth at least 3 players. And I could do with breaking a few necks to air out the cobwebs.
They've kicked the ball to the winning team. But they have to keep their heads, because it'll be on the way back to them soon enough.
Well, that's a riot. Not great, but eh.
Fair fights can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
Let's see if we can make any damage, do any headway in the way of damage.
Rather smug for remaining upright. Pride comes before a fall.
I would almost pity that Gutter runner having to be forced to actually take a front line position. If I didn't, you know, not feel bad for them.
Ouch! That really did fly. Ouch! Must really hurt.
Alright, let's see if we can take this little bugger. Alas, we failed to take him down, which isn't great, but not the worst possible thing ever. Well, let's give it a shot.
A shot! And they still go.
Ah, well. I mean, yeah, it's there, but it's not the worst that could have happened.
I haven't seen a rat run so fast since I fired your agent.
So close! So very close! I'm certain nothing will go wrong before the next turn.
I do believe Cyclone is going to have some fun. Very much so.
All attack.
Hang on, did you see that? Oh, ouch! The fur really did fly.
And there goes
He's
a
going to
rat.
sleep, and maybe we will see him on the pitch later. The bigger they are, the thicker they tend to be. Obviously not human.
Oh well. Might as well just take this opportunity to knock some rats down and make and make them have as much difficulty as possible actually getting towards where our ball carrying skink is. I have to admit, I do like the idea that if we can get doubles or something, actually giving Sinister 7 trying to give them her tackle.
Absolutely have to stop him. Or her. Whatever.
Just simply for the simple fact that that would potentially make her a much more effective ball carrying assassin, since most of the really good ball carry areas have dodge.
Whoa, that Skaven moves like a brown streak.
Well, that's one way to describe it.
Okay. Nope. Double skull, not today.
4 and 20 swords came up from Slanhopek.
When the match was over, the elfie was a wreck.
Now let's see if we can remove some pressure off of Trevor.
One less annoyance to deal with.
Well, some.
That looks painful.
And unfortunately for us, he rolled 2 1s when it came to his dodge. That's not pleasant.
I'd call it stealing if I cared about that kind of thing.
Well, this is gonna be very one-sided.
And it's placed down for all.
Ah, that's why they did it. Because of wrestle.
I think he's moving. No, he's not.
Okay. Easy fix there with Valentine.
Can the player force possession away from the ball holder?
No. Annoyingly. Still, we're just going to take advantage of the situation a little bit in order to try and make the Skaven running away from with the ball as difficult as possible. Actually, we'll put Michael there just simply for this, just solely so that we at least know for a fact that when we knock a ball down, we have someone nearby who can pick it up. Because I will admit, I am tempted to try and give it to Grey Vested, because I do want to see a Krexigor score at some point. And since we're fairly far ahead, and the enemy's in a pretty weakened position, we just have to get the ball away from him before we can really start giving it a shot. Because I'm happy to use. I know that the odds of our Krexigor actually getting the ball are very low, because let's face it, they do have fairly low agility.
That's a natural. Still, I'm willing to bet a good punch will have them face down in the mud.
Yep, and Sinister 7 extra strength pays off again, since that prevented that little rat from actually being able to do much in the way of horribleness. But it's clear that the AI is having trouble thinking of just what to do under the circumstances.
Those vermin are fast.
Let's see. Can we reach that? Yes, we can. We can very much reach this rat before he can sneak or flip away.
They can dislodge the ball from that loser. They're in with a chance of turning this match on its head. Get the ball. Just try dishing out a few
Alright,
whacks.
let's try and grab it.
Missed
No.
that action.
Damn. Damn. Okay, our goal to get a Krexagor to score might not be happening so well. Since we would have to pick up the ball and then proceed to get it over to the Krexagor for actually giving it to him. Which honestly might be the hardest part of all this entire plan. Since, as we can see from his stats, ball handling is directly connected to agility.
Ball
And-
in danger. And carrier too.
Let's be honest. The idea of us being able to do anything with this ball, as far as agility goes with the bigger people,
Those balls, Jim. They're going
Not
for
so-
the ball. They can dislodge the ball from that loser. They're in with a chance of turning this match on its head.
ah well. I don't think we're going to be able to score again, but at the very least we're going to stop them from doing it. Because they're just... It is true that the Skaven are one of those teams...
Get it.
Well,
Gotta pick
actually,
up the
any
ball.
any
Gotta
team
get
really
rid of your
can,
opponent first.
under the right circumstances, actually do a one-turn touchdown. But if you're under the right circumstances and incredibly lucky,
Not a wise place to end your turn on the border of the pitch. If the player gets pushed into the crowd, well, last time that happened, it took 3 days to piece the body back together.
alright. You know what? We've got a turn. We've got a turn, and
Enemy in the end zone? Not in my day.
we've got a turn. We've got a whole lot we don't have a lot we can do. Conrad actually managed to pull that off.
Pass. Start something exciting in the dying moments of the match.
Let's see if this can happen.
And this is a home run.
That is slightly disappointing. The reroll, he actually managed to get the pass off, but we just couldn't get the catch.
Makes the blood boil.
Surprisingly, I will say surprisingly, absolutely surprised on this one. The fact that the Krexagor only had a 5 to catch rather than a full-on 6 is more surprising. Is just
So many
shocks me.
touchdowns, Jim. I've lost count. I mean, I can only count to 3 anyway. That was a lot, right?
Alright. Leveled up. We're taking the cash. Wonderful. And Corin Brand, the better, is our MVP this time around. And that eliminates the last of the Bronze Division, and we're going up against the Infernal Taurus, the Chaos Dwarf team, in the final. Joy. Alright, but first, let's do a bit of a level up, see what we got. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. I want to get Tackle. I do, because I feel like that would make her better at being able to kill things, but at the same time, I'm just gonna I have to get Block. Just to make Sinister a bit more effective, give them more survivability when it comes to such a task. And while... to hell with it. We'll get a 4-3 roll just so that we have another one. Yes, this does mean that we can't afford another skink, but... well, I'll take another reroll. Will just cover us for the future. But yes, next time when
I'm looking forward to the next match, Jim. Time for some Blood Bowl!
Next time, the Bright Ops Temple Guards will be going into the finals of the Mega Cup against the Infernal Taurus. We'll see how that plays out, well, as I said, next time. But until then, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you.